My name's Lisa and I work on the zoology section here at Alice Springs Desert Park. We're looking at two red-tailed black cockatoos here, which are in our Desert Rivers walk through Avery, enjoying some of the shade in the tea trees. So the bird on the left is the female and the one on the right is the male. You can tell the difference in these close-up headshots because the female has a number of yellow dots all over her head and face and down onto her shoulder, and the male doesn't. The other way that you can tell birds apart is by the colour underneath their tail. The females have orange sort of colour, often grades into yellow, and it'll have black bars through the tail feathers. The male has a solid red tail with no bars at all, so if you see the birds perched, you can usually tell that way, or in flight for that matter. You can see that these birds have got very large beaks. They're actually our largest cockatoo species, so they're often feeding on seed cases, seed pods. So they can be things like eucalypts, acacias like mulga and witchetty bush, dead finish. They'll also feed on smaller seeds, so the burrs and seeds of grasses and herbs, plants on the ground. These birds require very large hollows for nesting. They are a very big bird, and they nest in existing tree hollows, so primarily in the hollows of the river redgums that we get along our creek beds and watercourses, and those hollows will often take a couple of 100 years to develop, so the preservation of those big old river redgums is really important to these birds. They usually only raise one youngster, and it's a very long process. The bird grows very slowly and it stays with its parents for quite a long time, so they can only raise one young a year really at the most, so quite slow to reproduce, and those hollows are at a premium in some places, so really important for these birds.